Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Often on Saturday, we'll take a minute to recap the stories where the media reminds us just how wonderful Kate is. The Princess of Wales is expected to make a glamorous return to the state banquet circuit this summer, with another tiara moment likely in the calendar. The occasion, a state visit from French President Emmanuel Macron and First Lady Brigitte Macron, who have accepted an invitation from His Majesty King Charles III for an official visit to the United Kingdom in July. In a statement, Buckingham Palace confirmed the President of the French Republic, His Excellency Emmanuel Macron, accompanied by Mrs Brigitte Macron, has accepted an invitation from His Majesty The King to pay a state visit to the UK from Tuesday the 8th of July to Thursday the 10th. The President and Mrs Macron will stay at Windsor Castle. With Buckingham Palace still undergoing substantial renovation work, the French delegation will be based at Windsor, making a notable shift in protocol. But the setting remains suitably regal. Windsor Castle has been a central stage for royal diplomacy since the time of William the Conqueror. Though the palace has yet to confirm the precise details, a formal state banquet is anticipated, and with it the return of royal jewels. That means both Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine are expected to don tiaras, gowns and royal orders for the evening event. The princess was absent from the last such banquet in December, held for the Emir of Qatar, as she continued her recovery from cancer treatment. She did, however, take part in earlier engagements during that visit's first day. This upcoming visit will offer an important moment for the soft power diplomacy and a highly symbolic continuation of Franco-British relations. It also follows King Charles and Queen Camilla's own state visit to France and Germany in September of 2023, their first overseas tour since the coronation. The last French state visit to the UK occurred in 2008 when President Nicolas Sarkozy and First Lady Carla Bruni were guests of the late Queen Elizabeth II at Windsor Castle. As then, the upcoming visit will blend ceremony, conversation, and carefully choreographed moments of pageantry. And for royal watchers, the prospect of Princess Kate's return to the spotlight in a tiara once again will certainly be one of the more eagerly awaited elements of the summer. The Mirror told us of Kate's morning smoothie. The nutrient-packed smoothie is said to include kale, spinach, romaine lettuce, coriander, blueberries, spirulina powder, and just a teaspoon of matcha. While that may sound like something fished from a koi pond, nutritionists say there's substance behind the swirl. Helen Bell, a nutritionist from Help and Advice, told the Mirror that several ingredients in the princess's smoothie qualify as so-called superfoods. She explained, "In my experience, the term superfood is often thrown around, but generally refers to foods that are nutrient-rich and beneficial for health and well-being. Kale, spinach, and spirulina," she said, "are packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Blueberries are another, known for their high antioxidant content. And matcha, a type of green tea, is known for its concentration of catechins, which are natural antioxidants." However, it's not all good news for the would-be green juice converts. Bell added a note of caution, particularly for those with thyroid issues. "It's important to be mindful of individual dietary needs," she said. "Those with thyroid issues might need to moderate their intake of raw kale and spinach due to their goitrogen content. And for newcomers to spirulina or matcha, they're potent," she warned, "so I advise starting with small amounts to ensure they agree with your system." Hello magazine was interested in Kate's jeans. Hello tells us that while many fashion insiders have declared 2025 the year of looser fits, with barrel jeans and wide-legged flares dominating the trend cycle, Catherine continues to champion the classic skinny silhouette. She's been seen wearing them repeatedly through the year, pairing the look effortlessly with heels, trainers, knits, and her signature blazers. And now we know the secret behind her favorite pair. Kate has been spotted wearing the above and beyond tummy-friendly high-waist skinny jeans by the British label I Am Denim London, priced at £95. The jeans are designed with what the brand calls tender tummy technology, a unique feature that offers full support and coverage with soft, stretchy denim. According to the brand's website, the jeans offer comfort, confidence, and a great fit, with a design cleverly allowing full support and coverage of the tummy with super soft, stretchy denim. The princess most notably wore the jeans in a personal Instagram message in 2024, where she confirmed she would attend the King Charles birthday parade, trooping the colour. In a candid caption accompanying a photo taken by Matt Porteous, Kate wrote, "On the bad days you feel weak, tired. On the good days when you feel stronger, you want to make the most of feeling well." She was pictured in a stone-coloured blazer, a white t-shirt, and her go-to skinny jeans. The Mirror US compared Kate's favourite books to those of Meghan's. Princess Catherine is firmly rooted in the English literary canon, favouring timeless British classics and Gothic romances. A photo shared from her desk in 2020 revealed a neatly stacked collection of penguin cloth-bound classics. Among them, Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. The 1811 novel, Austen's debut, follows the lives and fortunes of the Dashwood sisters and remains a staple of Regency literature. Also in her collection is Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights, the haunting 1847 tale of Catherine Earnshaw and Heathcliff, a dark, turbulent love story still revered as a pinnacle of Gothic fiction. Other favourites reportedly include Bleak House by Charles Dickens, Tess of d'Urbervilles by Thomas Hardy, and The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, each a layered portrait of Victorian society grappling with themes of morality, status, and identity. Catherine's choices reflect a deep appreciation for the narrative traditions of British literature, with stories that challenge readers through complex characters and rich social commentary. By contrast, the Duchess of Sussex leans towards modern memoir, self-empowerment, and high-fashion history. On her now-retired blog, The Tig, Meghan enthusiastically recommended The Motivation Manifesto by Brendan Burchard, calling it a must-have for waking up your inner badass and confronting self-doubt. She's also expressed admiration for fashion industry legend Grace Coddington and listed in Vogue among her favourites a visually rich account of the history of Vogue magazine, its covers, and the creative minds behind them. Meghan's taste further extends to sartorial storytelling, as evidenced in her appreciation for fashion retrospectives featuring iconic garments, from Audrey Hepburn's elegant black dress to Bjork's infamous swan ensemble. These selections align with Meghan's professional background in media and fashion, as well as her broader brand of modern empowerment. On a more reflective note, she has recommended When Breath Becomes Air, the poignant memoir by neurosurgeon Paul Kalanithi, which explores life, mortality, and meaning, a must-read while travelling. Meghan once noted of the Pulitzer Prize finalist whose lyrical prose and humanist message struck a chord with the Duchess. Kate's brother James has opened up about the impact of his sister Princess Catherine's cancer diagnosis, describing it as a challenging time for the entire family. In a new interview with The Times of London, the 38-year-old author and entrepreneur reflected on the emotional journey his life has faced since the Princess of Wales announced in March 2024 that she had been diagnosed with cancer and was undergoing treatment. James shared, "What I think is that as a family, you learn to see and process and understand things. For her and her family, it was a challenging time, and I know for us and our bigger family, it was a challenging time, but I think it's about communication, and it's about offering support and help where you can. Being there for someone is such an important part, and it doesn't necessarily have to be on your terms, and it shouldn't be on your terms. It should be on their terms, unconditional. I'm not doing it for something in return. I'm doing it because I love you. And that's the simplest way of really demonstrating love. You can do it in all these various fancy ways, but actually, it's just generally being there." Palace will be right back. The newly unveiled official coronation portraits of Their Majesties King Charles III and Queen Camilla have stirred both admiration and amusement among royal watchers, with one cheeky detail in the King's image capturing rather unexpected attention online. Painted by Peter Kufeld, the full-length portrait of King Charles was revealed last week at the National Gallery, where it will be on public display for the next 6 weeks. The King, who sat for the piece over a series of sessions at Windsor Castle and St. James Palace, praised the wonderful composition. Meanwhile, Queen Camilla, whose own portrait was painted by Paul S. Benny, simply declared, "I just love it." But while the official intention of the work was to reflect the dignity and gravitas of the moment, some royal fans online have spotted what they consider a rather risque visual illusion in the King's portrait. "Is that a bra thrown on his shoulder?" mused one social media user, referring to a fold or strap-like detail in the robe of state which the King wears draped across his naval uniform. Another added, "I thought he had a bra draped over his shoulder." The artist has not commented on the speculation, and the garment in question is, of course, part of the King's coronation regalia, specifically the crimson robe of state worn during the opening of the coronation service. The robe, along with the medals and naval attire, is a deliberate nod to tradition and continuity. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave us a nice review if you're enjoying the show. Don't forget we have our latest show from Calaroga Shark Media called Diddy Do It, following the daily courtroom case of Sean Diddy Combs. The podcast you can get wherever you get your podcasts. It's called Diddy Do It. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue and good times.